Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and thank you for watching as we prepare for our first worship of 2020. And as I was thinking about 2020, one of the things that naturally comes with the new year is people making resolutions, wanting to start the new year off on the right foot, wanting to make some changes uh, to make this year better than what was the previous year was. And while that's natural and not a bad thing, I also know that it's also one of those things that as you go through the year, sometimes those resolutions get harder and harder and harder to keep. That there seems to be all these other pressures that creep in and try to, make you eat unhealthy or stop working out or all kinds of other things that can happen. And it reminds me of the way in which we ended our Christmas Eve service. With all the candles being lit in the midst of a dark sanctuary and the light shining in the midst of the darkness. And yet, as we left that place, and as you blow out those candles and hand them back, our faith goes out into the world, and the world can be a hostile place. It can be a cold place. It can be a place where we see humans commit acts of atrocity that are horrible, and we say, again? Yet again? We can see times where the world around us seems to betray our trust and our belief in a gracious and loving God. There will be times when we feel powerless to stop all the things that we do, and those are the times where we truly do live as people of faith. We don't have all the answers. We don't have all the ways in which we can say, here's how everything makes sense and fits into a nice, easy puzzle so that everything comes out nice and neat and orderly. The reality is we walk by faith. There will be times where things happen and we don't understand why, where we don't know what we're supposed to do in the midst of the world as it goes on around us. And yet, we trust. We trust that God is still at work in this world. We trust that we still have a role to play and something to do within this world. We trust that we have that which we need for our fire to continue to burn throughout this year. So I invite you to come together with us as we come together this Sunday, as we are reminded of the world in which we live in, but also that God does not abandon us even when the world itself grows cold and harsh. So I invite you to come join us for worship. We worship at 8:30 with our traditional service and at 11 o'clock with our celebration service. Again, I thank you for watching, and I hope you have a blessed 2020.